This is just around the corner from my house. It's my favourite spot. Just really cool. It's like a really nice little community spot where there's loads of independence and craft. We like that. And most importantly, just over my shoulder, you'll see in the corner there that blue building is the Coffee Obsessive, which is where I spend most of my days. It's awesome. It's where I get the best coffee from. Instead of working at home, quite often I'll hang out here. If you've followed any of my content, you'll know that all I do is talk about coffee. This is where the obsession began, and it's called the Coffee Obsessive. So we're going to go hang out today. We're going to talk to Iqbal, the owner. He's sorted us out for our coffee collabs for our event on Friday. So we're going to go hang out, we're going to have a look at the coffee, talk about what we've selected, why we've selected it, hopefully taste some nice coffee too. Later this afternoon, we've got to go and start getting boxes and everything organised, ready to pack to go to the event. And the rest of this episode will be getting behind the scenes of what it's like to put on our events. Today, to be honest, has already been quite stressful. Various things haven't gone right. People checking into hotels and confirmations not being there. ID badges, name cards. We get told in the morning, midnight, that they're not going to arrive on time. So it's been one of those days today. This in particular, the Coffee Obsessive, it's properly like a little community hub. There's so many of us that are in there every day. So particularly in the morning, it's so much fun. Like you just come in and there's so many people coming through. A little bit like Americans have like that barbershop culture where everyone's chatting, having fun. It's very much like that in there. If you time it right, it's so much fun. All the locals are in there, we're all having good fun. We're all getting into our coffee, but more importantly, just enjoying that connection because we're all busy, aren't we? Particularly, a lot of people run their own businesses or whatever it might be. So it forms that connection that we all need on a sort of daily basis.
I wanted everything to be visible. I didn't want the baristas or anyone to hide away from what we do, because what we do is really good and it takes a lot of skill to do what we do. So I wanted people to see that and to be engaged with like, oh, what are they doing? What's that machine? Why are they weighing that? Da, da, da. To start asking those questions. But then I guess the byproduct of that is that then you might sit next to someone who then's thinking the same thing, and before you know it, like, hey, you okay?
Sitting on the bench. I've likened it to like, the barbershop culture where people are just chatting and having fun, and you see people come in the doors, well, it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? And it's like handshakes down the bench, like it's so much fun. And then we get into actual coffee chat sometimes, or sometimes we're into parenting chat, or a number of us have small businesses or businesses of different sizes, so we get into business chat. And it really is like an amazing little space to both appreciate the craft that's going on behind the bar. Genuinely, I love it, and I think that's one of the things that just hearing you talk about what you were trying to do with the business, there's so many similarities, because what's at the heart of Sapien X is community, and it's really at the core, and everything we do is really community led. Like, how do we create value for the community? And the community in our sense is those people leaders within startups, scale-ups, SMBs that need support, they need peership, they need that sense of not feeling alone. Come on in, let's go. Here's the spot.
So what do you normally order?
Usually I'll have a combination of cortados and batch brews. So I'll usually start the day with a cortado, depending on what's on the board. The board is just behind us. And then I'll move on to batch brews, which is like black filter, whatever's on. Occasionally if I'm feeling fancy, I'll get a pour over, but it's a little bit of a fancier treat, not an everyday thing. This is our very exciting collab coffee with the Coffee Obsessive and Scenery. So Iqbal, who founded Coffee Obsessive, and myself, we're both Leicester based, born and raised, and so this collab is about championing Leicester as a city, as an entrepreneurial city, as a city of craft. Even back to the Walker's Crisp days, we are a city that has always prided itself on craft and manufacturing, so really cool to get back to roots. And the coffee itself is roasted by Scenery, who are a London-based roaster. And this one, in terms of flavour profiles, really funky but quite clean finish. So stewed fruit, root beer, and pink peppercorn, which I think if you're a newbie to coffee, you'd probably think that sounds absolutely ludicrous. Like, what even is this? But it just goes to the richness and variety. It's like, once you get into it, it's like wine or whiskey or anything where there's a growing process and regions and varietals and processing. I'm very excited about this. When I started Sapien X, coffee was kind of like a side obsession, and then I slowly weaved it into my brand with my newsletter and podcast being PX Espresso, where it was purely an excuse to buy and talk about expensive coffee. And now I've been able to get to the point where we're doing cool stuff like this.
But the emphasis is on being roasted really well, and that's what they've done really well with this, and also pairing multiple origins to enhance and complement each other, and that's what this does really well. The actual colourful espresso from Scenery has always been like a seasonal kind of coffee, and it does change all the time. So what you get in one batch will never be the same all repeated, like exactly the same, because obviously coffee's an organic substance that can never be truly exactly the same. It's really, really nice, but at the same time it's not like a heavily processed coffee, which we've talked about before, like going a bit crazy and a bit trend driven, if you like. They are fun, they're great, but this is a bit more like for people that just like really good espresso. I think Senior have only been around maybe two or 3 years, but again they've sort of like exponentially grown quite fast, and they've actually even opened a cafe in London now. But they're about kind of like, they've got similar values. Like they're about like offering proper but at a really high level, as opposed to like just heavy kind of processed and fermented and kind of crazy tasting notes. They want to like support the coffee chain, if you like, the supply chain, right to the core. So they won't, they'll buy the regular coffees and they'll roast them in a way that really sort of like showcases on what that's about.
This is the reality of the behind the scenes. This is our living room. It looks more like an Amazon warehouse than a living room right now. The week before our event, this is what it looks like, and we so far planned 3 this year in the first half of the year. So the next few months are pretty busy, and then we're going to decide what to do second half of the year, because we have options we're exploring if Barcelona is somewhere where we go. We're getting some good signals that would be good to take the show on the road to Barcelona, and also America, Boston. We're getting some signals that we should be heading to America too, so we'll see. I love it when it's like sunny like this. Such a nice place to be. It's Thursday, the 19th, the day before PX Live on the 20th of March, which is Friday, and we've got a lot of running around to do. So first thing, coffee shop, obviously. Grab a coffee, make sure Iqbal's got what he needs for tomorrow, and pick up some of our coffees, and then we'll head back and load up the cars. That's what we're doing. Morning. How are we doing, Tim?
Very well, how you doing?
All good, man. All good. Oh, hey, Roops, I didn't even see you down there.
Oh, you're on film today.
I'm filming today. Yeah.
They were filming yesterday. Oh,
All day. Non-stop documentation. Sorry about that. How are you anyway, Tim?
Yeah, decently, thank you. We'll have to say loads of inappropriate stuff so that
As much as possible.
embarrassing for viewing.
As much as possible, mate. Batchy, have you got one?
There is the cheese.
Beautiful.
Do a nice clean filter. Very clean Ethiopia.
Nice. Really good.
Pretty clean coffees today, to be fair.
Yeah.
None of them are like, oh, that processed.
I guess house is the closest to me, but that's just kind of sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty.
We had one of the original Strawberry Kiss at our first event actually 2 years ago.
Whack the button.
Thank you very much.
No.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
Is there a big boss man around? Is he
Yeah, he's
upstairs?
upstairs if you want to
cool,
pop up.
cool.
He's going to be packing for an event.
No.
Something in London.
He doesn't need to do that. Yeah, no.
Doesn't sound important.
It's not important. Ah, here he is. The main man. All good, thank you. You all good? Brother? Good? Did you get the details from Nick?
I did, yes. Thanks for that.
Yeah, all good. We're going to take one of our boxes.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Take two if you want.
I think we just need one for gift packs.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm totally.
The goods. Oh yeah. Makes me so happy. Bosh. Nice. The venue is beautiful. It's at Samsung KX, so Samsung, obviously the technology retailer. They have it's like an experience store. So it's in King's Cross, and you can go in and you can play with all of the kit. There's like a games bus that we're going to be able to use with loads of like sort of consoles and tablets and games, and it's a lot of fun. And like there's this huge that you'll see tomorrow, floor to ceiling screen, and then some nice seated tribunes and some cool space that we're going to occupy tomorrow within the store, and that's going to be where the actual event's happening. So it'll be very cool, very unique, unusual, and I think that's what we like. We like to bring something a little bit different to our events, and we do our best to source venues, and to be a Niche does an amazing job of finding these places. So kudos to Niche for putting in that work, because yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's all the stuff that attendees don't see, like all of the months of research and like planning and visits and trips, and they just get to turn up as they should and experience the day. And so it's exciting that that's tomorrow. But honestly, this week has been a bit up and down. Like there's been lots of things that have been tripping us up, but we're nearly there. So last thing to do, literally drink some coffee, load up the car in the van, and head to London, and then we can just enjoy the day tomorrow. So happy days. Let's do this.
Try and get there for 7,
Yeah.
unload,
Yeah.
then one of us will go and park the van, which is probably about a 20-minute walk.
But yeah, we'll be fine. We've got access from 7, and then we'll get unloaded as quickly as we can, and then
Yeah. We'll just unload everything and then boom. That's
cool. Safe travels, man. See ya. Ready? Let's go. It is cool because I've made like real proper friends at the coffee shop. So there's Carlos, who he's a web developer, and he actually does all of the website development for Sapien X, and he's actually currently teaching me how to host and take control of my own site. So that's very cool. And he's becoming like an actual proper friend, which is nice. And then there's Satch, who I mentioned in the first video, who also hangs out there a lot, and we've become really good friends. And he organises, like, he'll just randomly set up a trip to London with a few of us, where he'll just take us around some of his favourite coffee spots, or we'll go for pizza, or he loves this food. So that's really cool. And obviously the guys themselves, like everyone who works in there, Iqbal and the whole team, they've all just become part of properly part of my life. Like I feel really grateful to have them all. So we're here. We're in London. We're at Samson KX, which is just the most beautiful venue. So we'll go and have a little look around as the room's filling up. Very excited to get going. It's been a very busy and intense morning. Nish has been an absolute superstar.
Logistics.
It's been a little bit stressful, but it's been awesome. And Nish has been just the most incredible in getting us to here, because if it was up to me, there'd be tantrums and there'd be chaos and it wouldn't happen. So Nish is definitely central to this operation, even though we're focusing on me. But hey, look at this space. It's absolutely incredible. So this is actually a Samsung store. So you can come in and try all the devices. But as you'll see, as we go through, there's a huge event space that we're making use of. It's so cool. Floor to ceiling, screen, you've got amazing seating, really cool lighting. Let's do it. This queue that you can see forming just behind me is actually for our coffee. We know that coffee is a big feature of my life, and so I try and bring that experience to my attendees at events as well. So this queue that's behind us is people getting themselves geared up to get themselves some nice coffee. And I'm very privileged to bring Iqbal and Pete from the Coffee Obsessive with me today. Let's go and say hello. And you'll remember them from the shop. But Iqbal and Pete back here, serving up some of the best coffee we can get. Give us a wait. We won't distract them because we'll be in trouble. They've got quite a big queue to get through. So the actual space itself that we're going to be using is awesome. So we're going to be up here. Starting to fill up nicely. This is an enormous screen, way cooler than any venue that we've actually ever been to. It is by far the best venue that we've used for our events. So very excited to use the space, and massive shout to Samsung for letting us use it because it's so cool. But try and get a view for what I'm going to have. This is the view that we'll have from upstage. These will be filled, we'll be talking, getting engaged, having a lot of fun. Not literally engaged, but being engaged. And hopefully everyone that comes will get a good dose of community, connection, coffee, and some insights they can take away with them into their day-to-day work, because we're all about practicality as much as we are community. So it's going to be a great day. Thank you, dudes. Awesome. Thank you. Lunch arriving.
How's this morning gone?
So far, so good. I really enjoyed the panel, and my keynote went really well, I think. So feedback has been really positive. The room is buzzing. Everyone's getting involved, and yeah, I'm really happy, to be honest. Very happy. And this is the reality of the business. This is the reality. It's carting things backwards and forwards. It's not the pretty stage. The pretty stage is great, but the behind the scenes is where the real work happens. Naturally, the team will grow, and maybe eventually me and Nish don't have to lug food half a mile down the street to get to an event, but I'm totally happy to do it. It's all part of it. It's part of the fun, part of the joy of putting this sort of stuff together. So I had a conversation with Dart on his podcast, and I told him that I had just got my Comandante C40 coffee grinder, and Dart expressed that he would love one, but he just would never be so frivolous as to spend that amount of money.
Correct.
So I decided to get him one.
$280 or something. It's like more than I would spend.
You can do it. There we go. We're in.
Wow. Okay, so we talked about the quality of the unboxing the experience you had.
Well,
when you were unboxing it.
You've unboxed it in a different way than I did.
Well, I was impatient. I'm being videoed.
There you go.
That seal was there we go.
Oh, cool.
And it's got this felt liner. Oh man,
You gotta unwrap that bad boy. I got you a special one.
this is so pretty. So I'm carrying a hand grinder because every place we go, I carry a hand grinder.
All things that I enjoy, like the amount of craft and dedication that's gone into it. It's like a really well constructed grinder.
This is nice. It's got a lid so you can grind, and if you get a little extra, you can
store.
it.
And what I do actually is when I'm weighing out my beans, I'll use one of them to weigh out, and then I'll spray a little bit of water in there to mix it up so you get rid of some of the static.
Oh, this is the other one.
And then I use the other one to catch.
This is very pretty.
With I'll just put that in the box for a second. So down here, so you can. This is where you
adjust the grind.
Set the grind. So you can go all the way back to essentially 0. What will happen is when you get there, that's locked now.
Yeah.
So now you're on 0 setting, and then you can by clicks like 1, 2, 3.
Like adjusting the rifle, the scope on a rifle.
Exactly. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I will absolutely enjoy it.
And the good thing about this
I will lord it over my brother.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
And the good thing about this is that you can obviously deconstruct and package it, so you don't have to take the whole box when you travel.
Right.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it brings you many lovely coffees.
We'll absolutely do that.
It's been an intense day, a successful day. The feedback's been really amazing, so everyone has said how it's different to the usual things that they go to and what they experience, which is exactly what we want to do. We don't want to just create another conference. But from me, businessy stuff aside, like it's been a really good day and successful from an actual experience perspective, but also from our perspective as like a events team, like executed really well. So I'm very happy. But it's a nice way to end a week that has been quite hard. Like this has been our hardest week in terms of an event week that we've had. Like just so many things that just didn't go right in the lead up to getting here. Lots to adapt to, a few minor tantrums on my part to get past. Nish has been amazing in navigating around some of those challenges that have come up this week. So it's a good learning one. It's the hardest, like I say, by far the hardest week we've had leading up to our event. So it's good to have that in the bank because we've probably got a bit fortunate with everything being smooth up until this point. So yeah, I'm really pleased to got through the day. Massive success from like a actual business perspective. Right, we delivered the experience that we'd wanted to create for the people that were attending, and from our perspective, the learns in this week are going to help us carry forward into the next one. So super happy to sign off to a great week. I'm going to go and probably get a beer now and relax, and I think that will do us for this edition of Life of Freedom, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Boom.